our commander-in-chief, our captain, Patrick Mahomes, JD. Obviously, this photo is going to be a photo when they do look at the career of Patrick Mahomes in a couple years, whenever that is, 10, 15 years from down the road. This might be one of the pictures that they lead it with, JD.
Wow. Dude, I'm telling you, that right there. You talking about putting a stake in the ground right then and there of you should never ever think this guy right here is soft. Ever. Don't ever believe this guy right here doesn't have it about him. Okay? Because he'll take your daggone chin off. And number 6, I'm gonna tell you something. Number 6, all game, that sucker was laying wood on folks. Laying wood. And I'm sitting over there, I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, 6 is hitting. 6 is hitting. I think he's seeing Xavier Worthy over to the sideline, man, wincing, getting on the table and stuff. He was phoning jokers up, man. He was coming up hitting. He came up and hit Kareem Hunt one time, too. I was like, this sucker right here is not playing. He is not playing.
And that was a guy that you mock drafted us getting in the offseason. I remember that was one of the guys you had, Malik Mustafa from Wake Forest. I remember one of your mocks you had us getting him.
I told you, man, that sucker is he's a hard-nosed warrior. He hits hard. He hits hard. But Patrick had to bring him down to size a little bit. And he wasn't expecting that from Patrick. And somebody was saying, Patrick a little bit more heavy than what you think. And I keep hearing the dad bod. That dad bod, man, means something. It ain't like, shoot. Yeah, he got the little cores, little pouch on him. But that sucker right there, man, he's thick. He's thick. All right, so don't get it twisted. Don't you just believe number 15 right here ain't coming with something behind him. All right? He's got a whole lot of that, man, that Texas in him. So, yeah. So, you know what I love about Mustafa was blasting people for sure, but he ran into the wrong guy when he tried to challenge 15. He did. Mustafa, he's been taking it on the chin, and he's been a hell of a camper with this too, man. He's like, man, I'm getting cooked right now. And he gets it. He understands it. But he was doing a whole lot of hitting out there. I'm glad he's such a great sport. John Clifford, what a burger, what a body.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. It's a great one. So, yeah. So, let's start out with him, man. Patrick Mahomes, just with that alone, what he did, man, was phenomenal. Not to mention him taking the run on the sideline, getting past Fred Warner, also too, and extending the play with his legs. The whole running out of bounds. And I heard people talk about it like, oh, he's utilizing, the rule, running out of bounds. Guys don't care. They don't care if quarterbacks going out of bounds or not. Okay, they would rather say I hit this joker. Okay, and if I'm in that ramble 15 yards or not, then so be it. But I tell you what, buyers beware. Every defensive player is sitting there saying, I don't care who's running on the sidelines. If I don't see you clearly out, I'm going to take your helmet off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run straight through your chest. And so Patrick Mahomes just made a good move. He made a good move on it. A great move, matter of fact. He juked the guy. When he was just using the rule. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Okay. Patrick Mahomes is a much more skillful runner than what people give him. Okay. We've been watching it since he's been in here. And I don't know why people are just so amazed at what he's doing with the run, but he just been catching jokers left to right. He's an escape artist, a Houdini. And he's a very capable runner. We've seen that. We've seen him go down, make guys miss, and next thing you know, he's in the end zone. And so this pitch right here shows that too. So Patrick did a great job. And with the guys that was going out on him, he kept it all together. And that's the thing that's important more than anything else. So Patrick, for me, this week actually gets a B+. Gets a B+, man, for what he did after on the field. Running with the football, keeping his mind together, getting those guys in the right position, telling them where they need to go, stepping up in the pocket when he needed to, making good decisions, getting the ball out of hand. Patrick Mahomes, our fearless leader, man, got a B+ for me.
Come on, baby, go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop.
Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now.
Wow, interesting, JD.
Huh? Really? Oh.
That's the thing. It's where some people kind of get in trouble when they look at stats. You're not looking at the game. You're looking at the stats, right?
Stats.
You didn't watch the game. You're a box score watcher, and you see the numbers, and it's like, Wendy made a comment earlier because we were talking about Mahomes. It wasn't by Mahomes' standards. The numbers, the season has not been a good year for Mahomes. Just looking at the numbers, sheer numbers, and by this game, there's too many interceptions. I'm seeing Randy Connolly saying it's too many interceptions. And then you look at the yardage. Kind of goes a bit what you were saying earlier. We're not winning sexy. It's not sexy wins. His numbers aren't sexy. But when you look at plays like this, when gets to winning time, you have Mahomes that scamper, 40-yard scamper, which I think I tweeted yesterday. It was a lot like his Tennessee Titans AFC Championship game kind of scamper. It looks awkward, but he somehow does the fake out of bounds, kind of hezzy, pumps to 10 yards down the field, gets us going, and then he runs it in for a touchdown later on that drive. Yeah, those kind of things matter. The winning plays that it's timely that we need them. But overall, if you look at the numbers, it's like the interceptions. If the defense isn't there to bail us out with that, that's a bad game for Mahomes. We're talking about how he is the problem. Let's say I know it's hypotheticals, but let's say the defense wasn't there to bail us out and give us good position, bring interceptions back, bring it back to even. We're looking at this game right now saying, oh man, what's going on with Patrick? 100 and something yards passing, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. What's wrong with him? I mean, and then we're coming back to we need to trade for a receiver right now. That's the issue with Patrick. It's just when you look at the numbers, but then you look at how the game was played and how he won that game at the end of the game, it was because of Patrick, doing what he did. It's just that's where it's like a kind of a blend of the numbers and what you're seeing optically at the end of that game. It's just it's B plus for me. I think it's a little high just because if you look at the numbers, and these numbers are just really bad for Patrick Mahomes. I would say.
Well, like you said, man, I'm looking at what he does out there on the field, his impact for the guys around him. If Pat's not making those plays, man, we're not winning. We don't win. Pure and simple. The 2 interceptions, one's battered at the line of scrimmage. As you know, as a lineman, you get those guys' hands down. That ain't his fault. That's one back that he's getting. The second was Xavier Worthy falling on the route. Pat threw him 8 targets, and I would argue that some of those targets that he gave Xavier Worthy is he's trusting Xavier to know exactly what he wants and what he needs for him to do. And this is something that Xavier has to grow on. This is the development I'm talking about between him and Xavier Worthy. Okay. And so he has to rely on Xavier Worthy to be correct and right and run the right route the way that he wants him to run. And it takes time. That takes time. A guy don't come from college, during the summer training to only the 6th game of the season to just all of a sudden just being that guy. So Randy Collins said Pat carried the game. Absolutely he did. No, without a doubt. And so, yeah, B plus might be a little high. I think he deserves a B plus this game, especially for what he had to do getting the ball down. Now, my man Barbershop said that Pat needs to do a better job of using check down. I agree. But as a talented quarterback like Pat is, he knows certain chances. Like the chances he took yesterday, I'm not mad at because I know what he's thinking. It's like some of the throws. I'm like, okay, I see what you're thinking. Now, he could have thrown one, obviously, because of the coverage, maybe to Kelsey, kind of use a check down. Absolutely, to keep the thing going. But also, too, I like that he's trying to trust his receivers, especially young receiver like Worthy, to get the job done. And that's what I love. He has confidence in him. And once those guys get on the same play clicking, it's going to be a whole different thing, man. The ball that I think he overthrew Worthy, I had to go back and actually look at that one again. I think he just aired it out there because he thought Worthy can go up there and go get it. He's just like, man, I got to go. The guy who's 4'2", running this route, I got to launch this thing. That's a hard ball to throw because you're throwing to a spot, okay, and you try to measure how fast he's going. So it's better overthrow him than underthrow him. Underthrowing this guy that going the other way. So
all day, yeah.
And you know what? Hey, man, you line up and go and live another day. That's the way it works. But I love that we're still taking shots with him. So
yeah, I'll say as far as victory moments and when it came to winning time, A+ for him. But overall game, I'd like to see a cleaner game. And obviously, it's not all his fault. You know, you talk about the tip balls, the pass, and Worthy falling down. Obviously, not his problem. But I will say, I see Mike Brennan scoring in the red zone equals B+. That was our best red zone game by far of the season.
4 out of 5.
Amazing, 80%. And that's the thing, too. It's like, if we really want Pat to score touchdowns, Andy can drop a play to get him in the end zone. But if we can cook these dudes by just running up the gut with Pat or doing these crazy kind of plays where Carson Wentz is in there, handing the ball off to Hunt, then so be it. We can, if Andy wants to get Pat a throwing touchdown, we can do that all day long. But more of the story is we're running and grinding these guys out, continue to do that. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of pressure off of Pat, knowing he has a guy he can hand the ball off to. Takes a ton of pressure off of him, especially in the red zone where everything gets tight. Well, guess what? We got a guy that will run straight up the gut that you got to stop. We got a great offensive line in front of him that does a hell of a job. So, yeah, B+ for me because I think he played lights out with what he had that was going on with him. B+, man. So you can say B, but I'm not – there ain't going to be no less than a B. No. So if you want to say B, that's fine. I said B+, okay, because he deserved it this week. Okay,
100%.
All right. Gets a great defense, if you will.
Yeah.
No gets a great defense. Yeah. So.
Also our high scoring output of the season too.
Yeah. So, San Fran.
Hi everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.